Good morning, Speed Gaming, and welcome to another installment of the Crystalis Randomizer tournament. I am Matrick, and today we have a losers elimination match between Dragondarch and Tornel. This is match 3 for their matchup, and we should see a very high-skilled player here. Both of these guys are extremely capable runners, and I don't see any way that this is going to be anything but tight the whole way through. Should be a lot of fun today. These guys have been through a number of people to this point. Face off with the current winners champion, which is Axeman. He had to face off with. He's faced Dragondarch originally in the matchup. Dragondarch ran into me early on in the tournament. He's been through Night Dew. He's been through a number of other runners. And so, you know, these guys have made it through and eliminated a number of high-end players to get to the point that they're at. Even though they were bopped out of the winner's bracket, they're still going strong here. The winner of this match will go on to face off with PMA KFAL, and the winner of that match will go on to have the privilege of facing off with me. So there's a lot of action still left in this tournament before we get to the grand finals, which will be between whoever wins between myself and that player and Axeman, who, as I mentioned, was the winner of the grand finals. So we're going to start off here with a windmill key. Not a terrible item, because that means they're going to get a whole bunch of checks, 4 to be exact, right off the bat. Kind of expensive speed boots. Base price of warp boots is 75. I said speed boots, but I meant warp boots. And a Carissa plant. Look at. So that's one of the randomized turn-in items here, so we'll have to find out who wants that. Dragondarch looks like he's going to opt to go straight for Portoa and check to see what the Queen has, while Tornel is going to go straight for the Windmill Cave. So we got a divergence right off the bat here. I didn't happen to notice if there was a flyer there in the Lime Tree Valley. It's very possible that there might be, but we'll have to see if they end up with Flight or a Sword of Water early to potentially be able to make use of that glitch and get the 2 items that are at the back of Portoa from there. Tornel using the key, wild warping back. It's going to head over and head right into the windmill. Dragondarch, meanwhile, checking the shop, finding that there are no warp boots, but there are fruits of power there, which are nice to have. We're also going to find out what the boat owner wants. He wants a statue, and I believe that was an unusual statue, which means he wants the statue of Onyx, and that's a bow of moon. Right off the bat, we got a bow of moon in the windmill entrance. Oop, I clicked away for 1 second and missed whatever the Queen had. We'll have to see what that is in a minute. Hopefully he'll open his inventory and I'll get to see what that was. The first item here inside of the windmill cave, Tornel's coming up upon here. It's in this top room with this chest in it. And it's going to be the glowing lamp. Well, early glowing lamp potentially points to a early ocean, which may require the glowing lamp and the broken statue to get access to Swan. That's a mimic. We have our first mimic of the day. Ooh, the statue of Onyx. So the statue of Onyx is what the boat owner wants, and there is the shelf. So that means we do have ocean access at this point. Dragondarch going to go make his way over to pick up his bow of moon. Tornel, having the shell flute there, is going to go and get the statue of Onyx from the Queen, and he's going to have access to the ocean. Oh, spider, please, get out of the way. Making their way into check on what we got here. Tornel's going to go and see what the boat owner has. We already know that the boat owner wants that statue of Onyx that Dragondarch got. Now that the shell flute's been found, it does confirm right there that the statue of Onyx was what was necessary to get on the boat owner. Even though we already knew that, because she said unusual statue. Dragondarch's going to pick up his shell flute. Going to use those warp boots, come on back, and he's going to be off on the ocean here right about the exact same time as Tornel. Only a couple of seconds behind. Any guesses as to what's in the waterway? Well, I'm thinking it could either be a sword of wind. It could be a sword of thunder. Gonna have to be something else that provides some additional progression. Could be sword of fire. Because, you know, getting the broken statue, well, it might be the broken statue, because they could get change from the whirlpool spot. It's the broken statue. There we go. So with that glowing lamp and the broken statue, they now can cleanse the whirlpool there. And they'll be off and running. Get to see what our next check is. If it's changed, they're going to get access to the Goa Valley right off the bat. Both of these runners literally neck and neck. And that's the Sword of Wind. So they're both going to stop off in Swan and get the warp points so they don't have to go back across the ocean again. Then we should see a swift wild warp right back to the start. Although Dragondarch's going to opt to talk to Tornel so he doesn't have to come back and do that later. A minor time loss at this point, but, you know, a time gain should they need to come back for Kensu. Dragondarch going to check to see if Rage wants the Sword of Wind. Tornel, meanwhile, going straight back into the Vampire Cave. And Rage does not want the Sword of Wind. 1 down, 3 to go. Interesting that Tornel's not even bothering. Well, he finally did. I was going to say, not even bothering to check to see what these enemies are killable. At least we know that the wyverns and the blue spiders are killable by wind. It looks like the Medusas are not. There's no sound from his side, but... Oh, yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, those wyverns are definitely killable. I do not believe that the tarantulas are. Oh, that's a poison. Ooh, that might be a reset. Yep, sure. That's unfortunate. Tornel going to check the item at the back atop the cave here before he heads on to the last 2 checks in the boss. And hey, it's a slime. And the Sword of Thunder, goodbye! And flight? Really? Okay, well, now they have access to all of Goa Valley. Because that flight spell is going to allow them to jump across the river here. It's going to be 2... They can full clear all of Mount Hydra. They have the Oasis Cave that they could do completely. Ooh, boy, this is quite a set of openings here. Tornel going to make the first check here. I don't know if he's going to go and full clear the area, but he is going to check this first chest. Dragondarch going to pick up his Sword of Thunder here in just a moment. Going to be happy to see that. Tornel grabbed something. I didn't see what it was. And there's Dragondarch's flight. Taking a moment to talk to Stom. Stom's letting him know that everybody that's here is a fool. And he didn't have enough money to stay at the inn. Tornel, meanwhile, going to make his way into Goa here. He's going to check the item. Those are some pretty cheap warp boots, all things considered. At 10 scaling, they're only 100 gold. Nice. Now, if it's me, I'm going straight to Sahara at this point. I want to clear out the pyramid. I want to clear out Dragon. I want the warp point. And it looks like Tornel is going to go straight to Sahara. Good play. I will take this play 10 out of 10 times. See, I mean, going to Sahara early, as soon as you get flight available, not only gives you the warp point that you need for the end of the game, but there's also an easy 3 checks there. So you may as well just check it every time. We got magic rings for sale in Sahara. Might want to keep that in the back of your mind. Dragondarch setting foot in to go himself. Setting his checkpoint. It looks like he's going to do the same thing that Tornel is. He's going to follow him right down, and hopefully he's going to head to Sahara. If not, we're going to get another deviation. What we can hope for here is that we're not going to see a whole bunch of, like a linear seed where everything just leads from one to the next, and we're going to have one just chasing the other the whole time. If the seed opens up a bunch and we get a lot of route divergence, that could make this one really exciting really quick. When you have one of those that's a very linear seed, what you end up seeing that is that, it tends to be whoever has the better execution, that comes out of those ones on top. All right, Dragon, what do you got for us? He's got a lot of health. That's what he's got. Dragondarch picking up his recover spell. Wow, a double lightning from Dragon. That's pretty rare. Key to prison. Okay. Well, that's going to give him access to Kelbask once they get the Sword of Fire. And a Fruit of Reppin. Womp womp. Tornel's going to opt to finish out the Windmill Cave. Interesting. That's also going to give him access to Cordell Plains, which does have a couple of more checks for him. Oh, man. Getting bopped by the lightning. That's rough. He's got a lot of health. That's a fair time loss right there. That's an annoying way to go. The hitbox on that lightning sucks. It just doesn't work like you would expect. And then down goes Dragon. Tornel, meanwhile, gonna get to finish out the cave here. We're gonna get to see what he has. There's a key to Stixie. Well, that's a whole lot of checks they could make right now. And we get to see our next boss, the Vampire. Yeah, Mount Hydra is absolutely a full clear at this point. And down goes the Vampire. Dragondarch going to pawn off some items, and he's going to go ahead and hit the inn here before it looks like he's going in the backside of Goa. Vampire there, I believe that was a consumable, so doesn't need anything special there. And our good friend Akahana, he wants the love pendant. And we have not found that yet. I think that was a hazmat suit on Dragondarch's side. And we have a consumable here in the grass. He didn't reset out of it, so... Oh, it was Bow of Truth? Oh, sweet. I thought I saw hazmat suit. I saw very, very wrong. Shield ring. May as well equip that. And let's see what's in Aurelius' basement. Come on, Mimic. Come on, Mimic! That's a love pendant. Well, it looks like we're going back to Bryn Mawr. Gonna hand that off to Akahana. Telepathy? That's a spell. That'll allow them, once they get the change spell, to get access to Dio. Seen our old boy Dio hanging on to some stuff here of late. And there's the change spell. Oh boy. Look at that. Nobody loves Dio. Especially not me. Dragondarch deciding where he wants to go next. Tornel's going to follow Dragondarch here into the Oasis Cave, and he's going to grab his bow. Dragondarch, meanwhile, opting to check Stom and finding the Ball of Thunder. Very nice. Tornel picking up his shield ring. So that Ball of Thunder is going to give Dragondarch a nice little power boost here over Tornel. Now, what? Really? Okay, well, we're in bow mode. Now it's a matter of just boss and go. Time to get some power, get some swords, time to kill some bosses. They already got everything else they need. What is this seed? Dragondarch is going to utilize the sword charge glitch here on the Sword of Wind, so we'll have a 50% chance of being able to do the most damage possible to Carmine, depending on what Carmine is actually weak to. Carissa plant. Ooh, he's got it, but he's going to say, no, I already sword charged glitch. Let's go deal with Carmine first. And that's a Mimic. Tornel grabbing his sword, Bow of Sun, so now both runners have all bows. That's a mirrored shield. Not progression, not even that great. May not even see him equipped. Speed boots, now there's a good find. I'm surprised he did not immediately equip those. Battle armor, also a good find. Oh, I know why he didn't, because again, he has the sword charge glitch on. I know he's dying to put some of that stuff on. Oh, what did you have, Kensu? Look away for a second, Tornel does something I didn't see. Alright, Carmine, what are you weak to? It's wind. Look at that. The sword charge glitch paying off. Yeah, as soon as Carmine goes down here, Dragondarch's got about 4 things he's going to want to equip. Tornel going around picking up all of his stuff. Battle armor, speed boots, mirrored shield. But you know what he doesn't have? He doesn't have the... oh, that's a rough death. That's a rough death. So here's the thing. While Tornel does not have the sword charge glitch, he does actually have 2 extra levels, which means he's doing the same damage as Dragondarch is. If you were using the same level shot. But because the Ball of Wind shot is slightly stronger, Dragondarch does still have a very small advantage on damage. Carmine is being a jerk, though. He is not playing nice with Dragondarch. Tornel, meanwhile, is getting a number of free cycles here. Lots of extra free damage. It's just straight RNG difference here. Dragondarch saying, forget it, it's not worth it. Just equip the stuff, let's go. Ooh, almost getting bopped into the curse beam. Super lucky. We're in for the long haul with this fight, boys. Yeesh, Dragondarch, what are you doing, dude? You're scaring us. You're scaring us. Man. And down goes Carmine on Tornel's side. Dragondarch should hopefully be very close behind here. Was that Dio's pendant? Hopefully we'll get to see it again. Oh, there we go. Dragondarch gets Carmine. And we'll get to see what that item was. It was an antidote. That was quite a that was quite a fight there. Tornel thinking better about spending $250 on a pair of warp boots would have completely put him out of the. And Dragondarch's gonna go turn in that Carissa plant. Ah, and it was a Lysis plant. Didn't matter. Whap whap. Tornel's going to make his way up Mount Hydra. Looks like he's going to go into the Mount Hydra proper before he heads over to Stixie. Heading straight for Gozen Ledge. No, DD has not done it yet. Oh, hey, look at that. So it looks like Sword of Thunder was the sword that Rage wanted. And so Dragondarch got access to that. He's got a couple extra checks here. Tornel has not made this check yet. We're probably going to see him head to Evil Spirit Island right after this as well. I don't blame him. That's 9 checks. Assuming they can kill Sabera. Gonna sell a Sacred Shield. Sacred Shield is gonna net him with about 4,200 gold, and that'll get him, you know, plenty of money to be able to buy warp boots and get some other things that he wants to be able to make progress. He's gonna load up on some warp boots here. Does he have a medical herb? That's the question. That's a negative, so he's gonna buy one of those as well, or not. He's not gonna buy the warp boots. I mean the medical herb. He's just going to go straight for Evil Spirit Island. Okay. Tornel clearing out the rest of Mount Hydra. Going to gain some easy levels off the bats here. I mean, those bats are worth nearly 200 experience a hit. It might have been the power ring. There's the teleport spell, and Dragondarch just loaded up on warp boots. Because, of course, that's the way it always works, right? Yeah, getting the power ring's a great item, but Tornel has to walk out of Hydra now. Gonna head over to Stixie at this point. Alright, what do you got for us in the waterway? That's a Mimic. That's an Alarm Flute. Okay, good find. Man, that Mimic had all the health. Stixie, across the river, Flight River, we got Warp Boot. That's a medical herb. And the Barrier Spell, good find, not progression, but definitely a good find. See what's at the axe chest. That's an opal statue for Dragondarch and some kind of a consumable for Tornel. It's a medical herb. Making his way into Sabera's castle. There are 2 chests and 2 bosses inside of here, plus an extra check afterward if he can kill Sabera. Ooh, we got butterflies. Everybody's favorite. That's a ball of water. And the final chest in Stixie is a magic ring. And it looks like Tornel's going to make his way to Evil Spirit Island now. Dragondarch using his knowledge of how things spawn in order to get those couple extra spiders. And he's rewarded with a ball of water. So now we should see him head out and Sword Charge Glitch to win, just in case. Or not, he's just going to set a checkpoint. He did do some grinding, so not terribly surprised. Good vampire fight. That's a consumable from the vampire. Throwing away one of those warp boots he just spent a ton of cash on. Because, you know, he's got that teleport spell now. And Tornel picked up his teleport spell. Another consumable. This one's a Fruit of Power. Start collecting those mana regenerating items. Gonna need those later. Okay, Sabera, what are we weak to? It's Thunder. Okay. Not the worst. And it's, you know, she's probably got around 200 health at this point. So, yeah, if he gets some decent patterns like he's getting, this one could be over pretty quick. Now, Tornel does have that power ring that Dragondarch does not, so that's going to make the fight a little easier, but she went down real quick. They got a ton of levels. That's a medical herb from Sabera. Yeah, he does have barrier as well, you're right. That's another consumable from Clark. Thanks, Clark. Dragondarch might be making his way into fog. Oh no, he's going to use that medical herb he got. He's going to make these 2 checks that he did not make last time. Tornel is using the Sword Charge Glitch method here to see if he can get Sabera. But there's the Sword of Water. And Tornel gets paralyzed, so he's going to need to clear that for sure. And a Fruit of Power. So nothing special. Dolphin was holding on to literally nothing. And now with that ivory statue in hand, we're going to check Bro Kahana. He also had a Fruit of Power. Thanks, bro. We might see a Fog Lamp and Carissa check here. But the other thing is that I don't believe Dragondarch yet has that Alarm Flute, which means he's probably going to make his way through the Vampire Cave now. Something he has not yet done. The good news about finding all the consumables early means that later on, you're going to find nothing but progression. So get those things out of the way now. Down goes our vampire. That's a key to Stixie that we already knew. Dragondarch's like, all right, I can full clear Hydra. Not bad. Down goes the vampire, and Dragondarch now has access to Cordell Plains. Tornel's time to fight Sabera. With that barrier spell, there we go. He's like, hey, I have a power ring. Of course, Sabera was trying to body him good. But no problem taking her down. Gonna get rewarded with his consumable. Dragondarch getting the antidote from the grass there in Cordell Plains, and gonna check out what Arillis has. Now, since he has the change spell, he can check to see what she actually wants. Oh, there it is. It's the ivory statue that she wants. He knows this because he just equipped it and swung that sword, did not get an error message. So that was a guarantee on that point. Eyeglasses, okay. Well, once he gets a hold of that alarm flute, that's an extra check. Tornel discovering that Brokahana was holding on to another consumable. And Akahana is also holding on to a consumable. So it looks like Dragondarch's going to make his way up. Oh, he's going to head into Joel. Did he pick up the alarm flute? Oh, he sure did. Perfect. It's a new check. And Kensu has a consumable. Yeah, Chess is treated like a boss. He needs to pick that up or wild warp out. Alright, Mato, what do you got? Ooh, Tornel must have grabbed a, he grabbed the storm bracelet at some point. I didn't. Mato won, being weak to wind. That sword charge glitch really gonna pay off here. Especially with that power ring. And now it's Dragondarch's turn to go up Hydra. And another consumable. Good lord, game. Dragondarch should be getting his Blizzard bracelet here shortly since he's heading into Styxy. Now, if he doesn't head into Hydra, he's going to miss out on that power. Really, it's the Sword of Fire that's holding them back now. Dragondarch going to grab his barrier spell right here. Tornel is opting not to use the sword charge glitch before heading into Kelbest, but he's probably going to use the encounter skip to set the checkpoint behind there in Zebu's room, and then sword charge glitch from there. That's what I would expect. You don't get a skip named after you, sir. I mean, of course you do. It's the K-File skip. So Dragondarch now with his Blizzard bracelet can now sword charge glitch to level 3. And Tornel utilizing the quick, I don't remember that guy's name, that dude's skip. And he's going to take on Kelbest. Kelbest 2 to be specific, and he has the right sword. Kelbest 2 being weak to Thunder. Now what this is pointing to is a fair chance that the Sword of Fire is going to be either in the Fog Lamp Cave, Crystalis Plant Cave, or here in Go. Yes, that will be getting patched out once it can be figured out exactly the right way to do it without, you know, wrecking other things. First check on Tornel's side, didn't see it, but it wasn't the Sword of Fire. That's a consumable. Dragondarch has also acquired his Bracelet of Thunder, I believe. Though I don't know where he got it. I missed it for both of them. And another consumable. Man, this truly is oops all consumables. All right, Sabera 2, what are you weak against? I'll tell you what she's not weak against. Consumables. She's not weak to thunder. She's weak to wind. Are you sure you want to do this, Tornel? Okay, he's gonna go for it. You thought better of it. No, thanks. I'll just fly back. Dragondarch discovering that all 3 chests were consumables in Sabera's area. And now he's going to take on Sabera. So once again, Tornel's power ring is going to pay off in spades here. Making sure he's got that power ring equipped. A big nope from Dragondarch as soon as he discovers that she's weak to wind. And now it's going to be his time to go Sword Charge Glitch. He's going to be down 10 damage from Tornel. That's the big thing. Is that because he does not have that power ring, and he's 2 levels lower than Tornel is, he's going to be hurting on damage. It's basically for every hit that Tornel does, Dragondarch's got to do 2. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to. So yeah, Dragondarch's fight's going to be almost twice as long as Tornel. But with some good RNG, though, you know, and how she moved, it could actually go pretty quick. Sabera with another consumable. That was a great tornado there from Dragondarch. Like I mentioned, if you get some good RNG with how she moves, it can really shorten the fight. First chest in Mado's area, Psycho Shield. That's complete immunity to everything except Curse Beam at this point. Since he's got the battle armor on and the Psycho Shield equipped, the only thing that can get through him now is the Curse Beam. And down goes Sabera. Not nearly as slow of a fight as I would have expected. That was pretty good. And a Mimic. Psycho Armor, there we go. Taking the defense hit in favor of the HP regen while standing still. Yeah, this was a chest I didn't see last time. It's another consumable! So Tornel just has all the levels here over Dragondarch at this point. When it comes to fighting Mado 2, assuming Mado 2 is not weak to fire, Tornel should just absolutely smash. Now, granted, if he's weak to water, Dragondarch can kill him, and Tornel cannot. So this could be a chance for Dragondarch to actually get a nice little lead here, because this is going to be a fairly big backtrack for Tornel if he can't kill Mado here. Let's take a look. What is it? It's not Thunder. You got to hit him for us to know. It's not Wind. Oh, all right. Tornel's out. He's going to have to warp out. Dragondarch, come on. Let's see. Is it water? Does he indeed fear water? Going to start with water. And he's going to be rewarded with a kill on Mado 2 here. Look at this. This is going to be pretty big. And down goes Mado 2. And Dragondarch is rewarded with his ball of wind. That was pretty big right there, because that's going to be a good amount that Tornel's going to have to backtrack for. Now, Tornel just grabbed his Sword of Water, but what he doesn't realize is that that's what Mado 2 fears, and that's what he needs to have at this point. Dragondarch going to face off with Mado. He is weak to wind, as we know. And with a quick reset, he's going to set that up. Now, this power ring that Tornel got, we thought that was going to be a big difference here, but really the water sword here has been the biggest difference. Looks like whoever goes into the fog lamp cave first is going to be the one that finds a sword of wind, or sword of fire. Could be either fog lamp or Carissa plant caves. Oh man, Mado getting dropped. It could be in the crypt as well. That's a good point. You know where else it could be? It could be on Kelbesk 1, and that might be where Dragondarch's going right now. He's going to walk right into Mount Saber North. He's going to fly up the hill, and he's going to check to see if Kelbesk is there. We also, this is a new check that Tornel's making here. We have not seen the Windmill Guard yet, so Zebu's Apprentice holding on to something. It's the Sword of Fire. Your resident tracker is terrible at what he does, but doing his best. So, Dragondarch going to head up the slope here. Let's see what Kelbesk is weak to. If he's not weak to fire, then Dragondarch's going to be in Sword and Go mode. That's what he's going to be looking for. As soon as he finds the Sword of Fire, it's off. It is Thunder that he is weak to. GG. Tornel is technically in Go mode at this point. He just needs to go and kill Kelbesk, which he's doing right now. Ooh, Dragondarch's gonna hit Hydra. Oh no, he's gonna check the crypt. Oh no, he's going for the Hail Mary. Nope, Tornel is gonna have to make his way back to Mado. I'm not exactly sure what Tornel's looking for here. What does he think he still needs? Well, there's the Ball of Fire. Yeah, I'm actually not sure what Tornel's looking for. Maybe he thinks that he doesn't want to have to try to figure out what Mado is weak to, and he's hoping to find, you know, like the bracelet of both water and fire before he goes after it, so he doesn't have to make the extra trip. Dragondarch here is about to be really disappointed. Really, really disappointed. Oh, he's going to go check Hydra. He's going to go and check Hydra now, looking for the Sword of Fire. And we know he's going to be finding a power ring, but not much else. Yeah, I think Tornel here just thinks he's looking for the mimics or something. I'm not. I guess, like I said, it's got to be just balls and bracelets he's looking for. Getting another look at Goes and Ledge. And another unnecessary item. Dragondarch's gonna probably opt to hit all the high density checks before he goes back after Zebu's apprentice there in the Valley of Wind. There's the Stormbreaker. That'll make his tower a little easier, so that's where that was. So I have to say at this point, this race is probably Tornel's to lose. Unless Dragondarch just goes straight back to Wind right now. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Stop the presses. He's doing it. Oh, man, this is a race. This is going to be a race. Oh, my God. So Dragondarch is going to be getting his Sword of Fire here at probably about the same time that Tornel is going to finish Mado 2. And oh boy. Oh, but Tornel, be careful. Don't let Mado body you. Mado goes down at the same time Dragondarch picks up the sword. We got a race! Dragondarch has one more scaling than Tornel does. But, and Tornel has one more level on Dragondarch, so... What is he looking? I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's looking for. I don't know what I have no words. I have no idea what he's looking for. What did he think he forgot? I have no idea. Yeah, he's got to have forgotten that he has all three bows, even though he's been in his menu a couple of times. Oh man. Tornel just tossed this one away. I have no idea. Yeah, I cannot even imagine what he thinks he's looking for. Well, Dragondarch gets into Dragon here. And we're going to get to see our penultimate final boss. Let's see if he gets some good RNG. He gets lasers right off the bat. Flute of Lime. Go ahead. Check and see what's there. We kind of want to know. And we get another short lasers for Dragondarch. And down goes Dragon. At about 49 minutes and 40 seconds, we have a kill on Dragon here. And we're going to be entering the tower sub 5th. Great run by both of these runners. I have no idea why Tornel has forgotten that he's in go mode, but we're going to have to definitely ask him what he was looking for. He's going to kick himself so hard here. He must have not marked his own tracker or something with, you know, one of the bows, even though he has them. But if he were to open his inventory, you should see him clear as day. Forgot to mark that he killed Mato too. Dragondarch, meanwhile, romping through the tower like as if it's barely there. No problems whatsoever. Perfectly executed stab strats there on that set of robots. That's a speedrun technique right there. That's used in the vanilla speedrun as part of the tower clear. So he is very familiar with that particular thing. There's the flame bracelet. Is that what you were looking for? I have no words, guys. I don't. Yeah, this is a monster oof is what this is. Oh, Dragondarch, he has 40 MP, but for some reason the Thunder Spell doesn't cast. Even though it only consumes 40 MP, it requires 41 in store for some reason. But he did end up getting a lucky robot pattern, and they all decided to go to the right, so that was free. Gonna do his final menuing here. Gonna head into the final boss, so he's all checkpointed up and ready to go, and we should be off to the end. Well, there's the hazmat suit. It's across the river. And here we go, into the final boss. Dragondarch's gonna unload on Dinah's face. Heart, eyeball, yes. Dinah's thing. And down goes Dinah. Dragondarch is going to be finishing with about a 50-50, 52-50, 52-50. That's an official SRL time of 52-52. Congratulations. Let's get him in here for some commentary. Tornel, meanwhile, still looking for something. I wish I knew what he was looking for. GG, sir. Great run. So, okay, hold on. I just want to tell you something. You and Tornel entered go mode within a half of a second from each other.
Huh.
So, you picked up the Sword of Fire, and he killed Mato 2 within a half of a second from each other. But Tornel is walking around the world full clearing the map looking for we have no idea what. He's had everything he needed for go mode for 35 minutes. So we have no idea what he's looking for.
Huh.
I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's opened his menu like 100 times to see he has all 3 bows. I can't even fathom what he's looking for. We've been trying to figure it out forever, but he's now heading into the swamp. He just got his hazmat suit out of the fog lamp cave, and he's off to Oak. I still don't know what he's looking for.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean...
I honestly felt like I was playing from behind that entire race with those early deaths.
Well, here's the other thing. He went to Hydra, like, right after getting Thunder. He had the power ring the whole game. But your routing that got you the Sword of Water was what actually ended up kind of giving you the boost that you needed to be ahead of him. Because had he cleared Mato 2 at the same time you did, he already had the Sword of Fire. So the game would have been over, pretty much. Well, no, not really, because he's still going around the world looking for who knows what.
He must have mismarked something on his tracker.
But he's been into the menu like 5 times to see all the bows. I don't understand.
In the heat of a race, you might not notice it.
I mean, I've done that before. I've definitely done that with items before and been like, what am I looking for? It's right there.
I'm just glad I didn't have a similar situation to what I did in practice earlier, where the Bow of Truth was locked behind the prison key. I don't know where I got the prison key, but I forgot to mark it on my tracker and full cleared the rest of the world instead. I'm glad that didn't happen this time.
Yeah, that happens. Now he's going to check on himself. Here we go. He went and bought a pair of warp boots just for this. All right, Stum. What are you holding on to?
I actually was going to go... I was actually going to walk out of Stixie initially, and it's like, okay, I'm just going to check... It's like, I'll check Stixie, I'll check Hydra, and then I got the Blizzard bracelet in there. I'm like, well, I'm going to go. I have 3 bracelets. I have a bracelet. I'm going in. I don't care. That's just...
no. And everything was weak to Thunder and Wind, except for Mato 2. Mato 2 was the only boss that was weak to something that wasn't Thunder and Wind.
It was just dumb luck. It was the only bracelet I had, because I had to break the sword charge glitch on Sabera.
So Kensu was holding... He just realized he had everything. He just looked into his menu, went over the bows, and went, oh...
I figured that had to be the case. He must have just not noticed that he had all 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to the race, so here's what happens. You actually were clearing out Hydra, right? And Tornel was making his way into Mato 2. And I was like, this is pretty much Tornel's race to lose, unless Dragondarch decides right now to go to the Zebu's Apprentice, and then you wild warp back, and I'm like, oh my god, this might be happening. And you guys killed and got your go mode.
Well, I mean, the only things I had left to check were I had Hydra, Fog Lamp, Carissa Plant, and the Sleeping Apprentice. Hydra was 4 checks. And I was
2, like, Fog Lamp's 4.
Yeah, and it's like the Sleeping Apprentice is a quick one-off, and then I can just go from there to the Carissa Plant. So I was just trying to route it out. I was trying to route it as smart as I could. So it's like, you know, I'm not going to leave... It's like I could have left the Apprentice alone, because it is like 2 detours. You have to go talk to Zebu, then go all the way up into the cave. And it's like, no, I'm going to grab that one, then go to Carissa. And then you just happen to have fire. I'm like, well, I'm done.
Yeah, I actually made the comment, like, when you went to Hydra, I said, oh, he's going to Hydra. Well, he's probably going to do Fog Lamp and Carissa Plant going off of density before he goes after Zebu's Apprentice. Nope, you went straight there. I was like, okay, never mind, I'm wrong.
I've been making some weird plays in practice this morning, and they've been, oddly enough, paying off. So,
hey, you know what? That's what you got to do. You got to take chances. So Tornel has just got into Dragon. He is taking a death and using Wind.
Oh, by the way, shoutouts to that Medusa that was sitting in the door in Vampire Cave.
Yeah, Vampire Cave. That was a hot one.
She was close enough to the top that I could have walked through the staircase until she decided, nah, I'm going to move down. Right now.
Yep. He's got all 4 bracelets.
I think at this point he's just having fun with it.
I guess he realized, yeah, I mean, this one's over. What? Why? Who cares?
I mean, I know what he's going through. I've done the same thing. You have everything you need, and you either mismark something, or you just haven't noticed it in the menu, and you just wander around thinking you need something else, and then realize,
Yeah, you guys had all 3 bows within like 10 minutes of getting the first one.
Oh yeah, the bows were just like right on. It's like, well, I have all the bows and I have flight. I have 2 swords and no bracelets. What do I do?
Start clearing.
And then it's like, okay, well, I found water, and then I found ball. I'm like, ball of water. Okay, that'll probably be useful. Oh, blizzard bracelet. Well, let's go to Goa. Clear Goa. No fire inside. Ah, crap.
Yeah. However, if I'm not mistaken, the alarm flute was in Goa, wasn't it? I want to say it was in. I thought it was in Goa.
It might have been.
Which meant you had to double dip it. Well, you had to dip in to get fire.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was in the waterway in Oasis Cave. I just remembered. Or not Oasis Cave. Evil Spirit Island. It was the left chest was the alarm.
Okay.
The Iron Necklace spot. That's where it was.
That's right, because I got that, and then as soon as I had it pretty early, and as soon as I had eyeglasses, I went right back to Joel to check there. Well, I think that was before I even went into Goa.
Maybe?
I can't remember right offhand.
Yeah.
That was overall kind of a straightforward seed. I regret going over to Portoa early, though. I would have been better off going to Windmill Cave, but...
You know what? It happens. It actually, you guys got onto the ocean like 2 seconds apart. So it didn't really change much. Slightly different order of operations. Now,
I mean, it would have been smarter routing, though, to do Vampire Cave first, though, since Onyx Statue was the turn-in, and you got Shell Flute inside of Vampire Cave. So it would have been a better idea, but...
Right, hindsight.
I've been burned by not going to the Queen first enough times that it's just like, I lose a little bit of time going over there, maybe, but I at least get the warp point, I get to see the shop, and I get to at least get an idea of what the boat owner wants.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of good information. And you're still getting an item. See, what happens, though, a lot of times is you skip the Queen, and then you go into Windmill Cave, and there's no Sword of Wind in there, and you go to the Queen, she's got the Sword of Wind. How many times that happens?
Yeah,
like
that's 100? What I mean. That's why I just checked the Queen, because more often than not, I get burned by that, even though statistically it shouldn't be the case.
Right. It's like going right versus left in the what do you call it?
Waterfall Cave.
Waterfall Cave.
The time it's like you go left, the Flute of Lime's on the right.
A Flute of Lime or Flight is on the right, but you went left. Yeah, that's why I always go right. Plus, being a speedrunner of the game, we go right. It just kind of works out that way. So Tornel grabbing his Crystalis here. He's going to head up into Dinah. Going to throw on his power ring right before he walks in, and we should have a dot done here within about 40 seconds.
Well... SRL apparently thinks we both improved our PBs today.
Great success. Yeah, I'm sure he's not particularly happy with, himself. That's a really crappy way to go out of the tournament. This is elimination for him. And, he's played really well all the way through. Tornel has finished with an official SRL time of 1:03.27. GG's to him. He's not happy. We'll see if he wants to pop in here and
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. Hello, sir.
I don't know how you can incorporate that into a Tornel something, but you need to.
We're gonna call that Tornel menuing. Because that. All right, so you want to know how close this race? You killed
No.
Mato too, and he grabbed the Sword of Fire, which was both of your go mode thing, within a half of a second of each.
Oh no.
Had you not, or had you realized that you had everything you needed 35 minutes earlier into the seed, so you had gone straight to it, this would have been down to RNG on Dragon, who won probably, because Dragondarch had one more scaling than you did, and you had one more level, which meant you had a slight advantage over him from a damage perspective. But RNG could have absolutely controlled how the end of that went.
And helicopters.
And helicopters, of course. It was an awesome race right up until it wasn't. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It was so close. And then it just spiraled.
Yeah, well, I pretty much 100% and then realized, oh, wait a second. I have everything I need.
So when you grabbed the item out of the waterfall cave, and then you went into your inventory and you go to your key items, and you're like, bow, oh crap. It was like, we knew right then, he discovered it. Because as soon as you left from killing Mato 2, and I think the first thing you did was go straight to Fog Lamp Cave. And I was like, where is he going? What is he looking for? And then it just went from place to place to place to place to place to place. And I'm like, I have no idea what he's looking for. I mean, I thought maybe you just were hoping for a bracelet or something. And then you got the storm bracelet. I was like, okay, so now he's got the easiest bracelet to clear the tower. No, we're just going to keep clearing. I was like, I don't know what he's looking for. And then it kind of dawned on me that you must have just screwed something up internally.
I almost wonder if he had enough key items that he only saw 2 bows initially.
Oh, they were there. They were there, like in his inventory the whole time. You could see all 3 of them. Every time he went into the menu, they were there. All 3 of them in a row.
This is why I have my tracker set up to just light up a big green square at the top when I have all my go mode items, and the other one for when I've killed all the bosses. So I don't have to worry about that.
And the thing about it is, it's not like it would have actually even been possible for one of the bows to have been eaten and then have to come back on the screen, because you guys got all 3 bows in the first like 15 minutes of the run. It was, you got the Bow of Moon from the beginning of the Vampire Cave. Then you guys went up and went into the Oasis Cave, and both Sun and Truth were right there. So all 3 of them were really close together. So they were in your inventory like super early. It happens. But we've all been there where we totally forget something. Yeah, it's gonna happen. This game has so much stuff to internally keep track of that it's really easy to be staring at something in your inventory and just not see it.
I was also really annoyed that I forgot about Rage, because I wouldn't have had to revisit Goa a 3rd time.
Yep. That I mentioned that to Dragondarch, was that because he did Rage early and got the Water Sword, when he got to Mato 2, he was able to clear it, and that gave him like a big boost, because that was a big backtrack for you at that point.
Yeah.
But then, you didn't end up going to Rage until after you had full cleared Goa, so it was an inevitable backtrack you were going to have to make. Either way, despite how much it stings, you should still go back and rewatch it, because, like I said, you'd watch it right up until the point where both of you hit the go mode, like, we're talking frames apart. It was that close. It was an awesome race. You had the power ring the whole game, too!
Yeah.
I got power ring, like, literally right before getting the Sword of Fire.
Yep.
I got the like I was telling Matt before, I went up to Stixie, I was gonna hit Stixie and then walk out of there and do the rest of Hydra, and I found the Blizzard bracelet in Stixie. I'm like, nope, I'm going to go right now because I have a bracelet. So I didn't see power until
Tornel's routing took him to Hydra first. He full cleared Hydra, and then he walked out of Hydra and went over to Stixie. So he got power ring and then got his Blizzard bracelet.
See,
Which
I don't
actually, at the time for him, was just a ball of water.
right. Like I don't generally do it that way because the walk from the summit is fairly lengthy compared to the walk out of Stixie.
Yeah, no, I agree. But at the same time, I know myself, if I go to Stixie and clear it all out and I find something that's like progressionary, I probably am not going to come back to Hydra for a long time. Just because it's out of the way. It's way out of the way.
It's not like that bad as long as you can get the. I mean, as long as you have Chiron access, it's not that bad. It's just
even compared to Fog Lamp, if you count the number of screens you have to go from the town to get through there, to get all the way to the top of it, to the back of it, it's the longest dungeon in the game. Just outside of Goa. I mean, if you have to go back to, the middle of Goa, that's always going to suck no matter which direction you come from. But, the outside of Goa Fortress, Mount Hydra, both Sun location, is the deepest spot in the game from a warp point. And it sucks even more if you don't have speed boots.
I'm glad those speed boots were kind of early.
Yeah, you had the sword charge glitch on when you went in there, and it's like, oh, hey, a mirrored shield. That'll be nice to equip. Oh, hey, look, speed boots. Man, that'll be really nice to equip. Oh, hey, look, the battle armor. Man, that'll be great to equip.
I know, it's like giving me everything that I could possibly want. I'm like, I can't put any of this crap on right now. And then, I mean, Carmine was my own fault. The death was my fault, but me being level 3 at 20-something scaling didn't help anything.
No, you were, so Tornel did it at level 1. He didn't sword charge it because he equipped all that stuff he found, and he was 2 levels higher than you. So you were doing, I believe, 1 more damage per shot with the level 2 shot than he was doing with his level 1 shot. And he was 2 levels higher with 2 more defense and 34 more HP.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was a thing. Well, anything else to add, gentlemen, before we wrap this one up? Tornel, I am sorry that it was a tough way to get eliminated from the tournament.
Yeah.
You've played pretty exceptionally up to this point. There's not really, you've demonstrated your skill as a high-end runner, and when the next one comes around, you're still going to be a force to be reckoned with.
I think the only thing I have to say is go Axeman.
I'd like to say I hate you right now, but I got an axe to grind, and I'm going to grind that axe all the way down to the hill.
See, I haven't even faced off with Axe, so I'd like the chance. So, Matt, step aside.
No, you're going to have to get through me before you get back to Axe.
That's doable.
It is. It's absolutely doable. But you got to get past K-Foul before you get to me.
That's true. K-Foul's still in it.
Yep. So your next opponent is PMA K-Foul. And we got a best-of-3 match there to find out which one of you gets to face off with me before we head into the grand finals, which gets a new flag set. And that one pulls out just about every single one of the stops and adds in a number of mechanics that probably the vast majority of the SpeedGaming viewers have never seen. And that is map randomization. And that is going to be super fun.
Yeah, that's Axe getting like a couple weeks worth of practice over everybody else.
I mean,
I was really looking forward to that because I've done that so much in the past.
Oh, I know. I love map rando. Map rando, when you understand how it works and how to navigate the world, is a ton of fun to figure out. You just have to have a pretty good memory as to where you've been and what you're looking for. But if you just kind of internalize it one cave at a time with what you're looking for and where you're at, it's pretty nice. So when the grand finals come around, assuming that I get eliminated, which I'm hoping I don't, but assuming I do, I will literally explain how that works, like in detail for viewers so that they can understand what the runners are looking for and things like that. Obviously, if I'm in the grand finals, I'm not gonna be able to do that, but it's gonna be fun either way.
We'll just let Gozen explain it while he explains Mimic percent at the same time.
Yes. Show us your randomized Mimic maps. All right, gentlemen, anything else before we close it out?
One shout out to that Mimic that I farmed for like 2 levels. Because I had no money at the beginning, and I was just so... and warp boots in Leaf were so freaking expensive. I'm like, I need money. This is a convenient one. I'm farming this thing for like 2 levels to get money. I don't care.
I believe the cheap boots were in Joel. It was 100. It was either Joel or Shiren had like, it was like 10 scaling and they were 105. It's like, what? Really?
Yeah.
Tornel found them.
Leaf was well over 200 by 10 scaling.
Well, and then you sold off your Sacred Shield for like 4,200 gold, then we'll go and load up your inventory with warp boots, and then immediately find the teleport.
That's how it always goes.
7 pairs of warp boots. Next item, teleport.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. It's like playing a multi-world. Okay, I'm gonna hell run Norfair as soon as you're done with the hell runs. Hey, here's your Varia. Gee, thanks.
Yeah, that's about right.
All right, well, thank you again, SpeedGaming, for hosting our tournament. Thank you to both of the runners. Follow both of these gentlemen. These guys are exceptionally good runners. And we will catch you on the next race between Dragondarch and PMA K-Foul. Catch you guys then.